Welcome to this edition of Tour Confidential on Golf.com. I'm Jessica Marksbury, joined in our New York City studio by Golf.com's Mike Walker, Golf Magazine's Jeff Ritter, and Cameron Morfit of Golf Magazine via Skype. We have been eagerly anticipating the start of the Ryder Cup for months here on Tour Confidential, but now that we're less than 2 weeks away from the beginning of the Ryder Cup, I think it's fair to put all of this enthusiasm into perspective. So Cameron, my question for you today is the Ryder Cup the biggest event in the whole world of golf?
I'm so excited for the Ryder Cup. I mean, it's just the greatest event. It's like a college football rivalry game. Every other week of the year, there's all this decorum, and you have to be quiet and sort of do your little golf clap. But the Ryder Cup is just, everything is just cut loose, and it's so fun. The enthusiasm is great. Watching a guy like Keegan Bradley or Ian Poulter just completely come alive and play out of their minds is just so fun. And it's really kind of ironic, I suppose, coming right after the end of the FedEx Cup, which is a $11.44 million cash grab. And the Ryder Cup, they're not playing for anything as far as money, but it's just, it seems much, much bigger than the FedEx Cup.
I totally agree with Cameron on one level. I think there is nothing to match the excitement of the Ryder Cup. However, if we're looking at the biggest event in the world of golf, I still have to go with the Masters. I mean, I look forward to the Masters like no other event, championship, golf tournament on the schedule. When that piano starts playing in April, I mean, forgive the pun, but it's music to my ears.
Yeah, I mean, the Masters is great and it has its traditions, but I mean, when you look at the Ryder Cup, I mean, I don't think it's the best event in golf. I think it's the best event in sports. You have this sort of like, you know, patriotism and feeling that goes on with it. You have match play, which is like everybody who plays golf recreationally plays match play. We watch stroke play for 2 years, and then we finally watch them play the way we play. I think that's exciting, and I think because of the match play, guys go after shots that they don't in stroke play. You see amazing shots at the Ryder Cup that you just don't see in regular tournaments. So yeah, for me, the Ryder Cup is everything.
But Jeff, before you answer, just to add another point in there, Mike, don't you think we're being a little bit biased as Americans being a part of the Ryder Cup? I mean, really, America versus Europe, we're leaving out, I mean, probably 2/3 of the world here. This is kind of a small audience.
Well, I mean, I would say, well, maybe Jeff can answer this. Jeff is a Detroit Lions fan, so someone would say
I'm a biased American and Detroit fan.
So someone would say he's left out of the Super Bowl because he knows he can never participate in it, and yet still he enjoys the Super Bowl. So I would say the Ryder Cup would be similar. You can enjoy a rivalry even if you're not part of it.
Typical Patriots fan, never miss an opportunity to take a jab. I think what really sets the Ryder Cup apart is besides the gambling and the shot making, it's just the intensity. We talk all the time about how the PGA Tour could benefit from more rivalries in golf. We wish we had more heat. We wish these guys really went after each other. But for this 1 week, every 2 years, they actually do. The best rivalry in golf really isn't between two players. It's between the US and Europe right now in this event. And for me, that's what sets it apart as the greatest spectacle in golf right now. It's just so intense.
But there have been several years when it's been a little blah.
You're right, Jess. I mean, sometimes, you know, it can fizzle. It happens in the Ryder Cup. It happened in Detroit a few years ago. That was a dud Ryder Cup. But overall, I still think the spectacle alone and the heat behind the rivalry makes this is number one. This is as good as it gets in pro golf right now.
Well, it's interesting, and you brought up the Masters, because I do think one of the things we look at in sports, maybe not enough, is like the fans make these events. How much they care about them is really how much the players care about them and how much the media cares about them. And I mean, I think certainly the Masters and the golf fans behind that. But I think when you see the passion of the fans at the Ryder Cup, it's not like anything else we see in golf, and I think that's really what sets it apart from the other events.
I'll admit, I was playing a bit of devil's advocate today. I'm just as excited as everyone else about the Ryder Cup, I promise. So, Cameron, Jeff, Mike, thank you so much for your time and insight. No PGA Tour golf this week, but that just gives us all the more opportunity to get even more excited for the Ryder Cup at Glen Eagles next week. We'll see you right back here on Tour Confidential on Golf.com.